Apparently, these women been lying to us the whole time.
Hot take, if divorce didn't include splitting money and property, more women would be fighting to make marriage work and men would be the ones filing. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Are we suggesting that no married woman is potentially pursued?
Oh, just stop. I understand that your goal here is to pander to the women in your audience, but sadly for you, facts have already disproven everything you're about to say. Because there were 3 states last year that did one very simple thing when it came to divorce. All they said was that when you get a divorce, regardless of who files, custody is automatically assumed to be 50-50 with no accompanying child support. And the divorce rate in those 3 states went down 75%. And divorces where the divorce was filed by the wife went down 94%. Like, look, I get it. You're gonna make this argument that like women try to make marriage work and they don't leave just because it's financially beneficial for them to leave. You know, just because there's no consequences because they keep getting paid, they keep getting money, they keep getting taken care of, even after they get a divorce, even if they're the one that filed the divorce. But the facts of reality of what's actually happening say you're wrong.
I just have to say 75% is crazy. That is wild. You mean to tell me after changing that one law, the rate went down 75% and the rate for women applying for divorce went down 94%? And this guy was about to try to make a case for this not being true? What other proof do you need, sir? Those numbers are bananas. It is telling you what the situation is. Now, I am not sitting here saying that women still won't leave a marriage or people still won't get divorced, but you're not going to sit there and convince me that them changing that law didn't have anything to do with those numbers, because that's exactly what happened. Apparently, just by tweaking a couple things, marriage ain't that bad anymore. And I'm happy this guy jumped in to stop the other dude, because I really thought that was about to happen and I didn't want to hear all that goofy stuff. I'm sick of those dudes who just love pandering to these women to tell them whatever they want to hear, even though the facts are right in front of them. So I really appreciate this guy jumping in and giving us the real information. But this information proves that money and the laws have a lot to do with why marriage has gone in the tank, because people don't want to deal with either one of them.
The best way to find out if a is abusive is to call him a big After you call him a big if he puts his hands on you, he's abusive.
I've heard some bad advice from these women, but this right here takes the cake. This is absolutely ridiculous. So that is the only way you can find out if this man is abusive, is by saying that to him. That's the only plan you got, is just to throw that out there and see what he does. Number one, there's a good chance you're just gonna get up and leave and you're never gonna hear from him again. That's number one. Number two, if he is abusive, he's probably gonna punch you in your mouth and you're gonna lose a couple teeth. Or number three, he's not gonna say anything, but he's gonna know what kind of time you on, and then later on, when things do get out of control, he's gonna go upside your head. This is just a bad idea. Ladies, don't do this. Do not say this to a man and expect that to work out well for you. It's gonna go bad. There is nothing good that can come out of saying that to a man. Absolutely nothing. And this chick is on here saying it with so much confidence, it will make you believe it. It is stupid, okay? This is very dumb. Don't do it, ladies.
Young men, listen, I sound like an old head right now. I'm only 26, but I'm making this video for my younger homies, my younger bros, because this is some shit that I wish somebody would have told me earlier, right? Everybody is hunting you. You are being hunted, okay? Everybody is after your sweat equity. Everybody's after your poor decision making. Everybody's after your future, okay? Everybody's looking for you to be an idiot. They're banking on you to be a dummy, like the whole world, okay? The child support system is waiting for you. The divorce system is waiting for you. The IRS is waiting for you after you get a bag, if you run up that bag, okay? These are waiting for you to run that bag up and be stupid and hoping you didn't get red pilled, okay? And accept them after they had a goddamn whole phase and the whole city and the world, okay? Everybody's banking on you being a dumbass. Everybody's hunting you, okay? Look at what happened with Fulio's murderer, okay? That guy, listen to what the prison warden said to the judge. The prison warden said, "Your Honor, please do not delete this ninja, okay? We need his sweat equity. He's young, he's fit, he's able-bodied." That's how the world sees y'all. That tells you everything you need to know. Okay, these after they the world from 18 to 25, they're gonna spin the block on you right around 25, 26 and try to finesse a marriage out of your ass. Okay, do not fall for that. The IRS is hoping that if you choose to chase the bag and listen to Andrew Tate or somebody, they're banking on you being done with your finances. Okay, get around people that are smart financially. This is not financial advice. This is just what I would do.
This young man is spitting some facts right now. Everything he's talking about is real. They are all waiting for you to mess up. And most of you are going to mess up. I remember the court case he was talking about where they were going to execute that young man, but instead the judge said we're going to keep him because we can throw him in jail and then use his sweat equity. That is real. A lot of people are looking at you young dudes as money makers. There are things that y'all can do to benefit them. Even if it's not coming out of your pockets, you can benefit them with your labor or something else. So please be smart out there. Like the young man said, stop raw dogging these girls, getting them pregnant, and then complaining about child support. Stop committing these silly crimes because you don't want to go get a job paying you minimum wage, but now you go to jail and you in there working for 10 cents an hour. You gotta be smarter than that. And even when he was talking about getting married, if you are one of these men who want to get married, you gotta put an importance on what kind of woman you are choosing to marry. So many men will just marry the first girl that they like or fall in love with. You can't do that. Marriage and having babies is so important. If you choose the wrong girl to do it with, you just threw your life right down the toilet. So do not make that mistake either. I love this message, especially coming from a young man, because I do think these young dudes need to hear it from other men like themselves. I am one of the old heads he's talking about, and I totally agree with this young man. Be smart, because everybody wants something from you, and it's up to you if you're gonna give it to them.
It is a man's role to provide.
Okay.
Yeah. If everyone keeps talking about the traditional roles, then
Yeah.
I guess it is a man's job to
So
provide.
if it's a man's role to provide,
Yeah.
will you take care of the house?
Of course.
Okay. So you will cook, clean, support him?
No.
No?
I will hire someone to do it.
Exactly.
Then why don't he just cut out the middleman and hire somebody directly to do it? At least if that doesn't work out, he doesn't have to give her half of his money. I swear, some of these women don't want to do anything. I want to know what y'all think about this.
I don't like her hair.
What about it?
She could have did better. A lot better. So I just think effort with the hair, then put enough effort. Me personally.
Now, just to be clear, there were a couple other men on the show who said they liked her hair and they were fine with it. But as you can see, these two men made a comment about her hair. So of course, there are going to be some black women out there making videos about how black men don't really like natural hair. So I want to get y'all opinion on this. What do y'all think about her hair? Is that a problem? Because when I looked at her hair, I agree with those men. I think she could have done more to it. But I don't think it was bad enough for me not to pick her. If she was cool and I thought she was attractive, I would have still picked her. It wasn't to that level. But I understand what those men were saying. Now, the one dude's delivery was very direct and straightforward. So I understand how it may sound to other people, but it doesn't change the fact that that was his opinion. Now, here's the thing. There are going to be people who think there's nothing wrong with her hairstyle. And then there's going to be people out there who think she could have did more. Either way, it doesn't change the fact that we still like natural hair. She could have came out there with a wig and did the same thing with a wig. And they could have said, I don't like it because I don't like the way it looks. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, but that's how I see it. Because I wasn't a fan of her hairstyle. Let me clarify, for this type of show, it looks to me like she brushed it, put it in the bun, and walked out the door. And I think this young lady here explained it well.
Y'all can never convince me that that bun that she wore to pop the balloon is a hairstyle. I'm sorry. It's not a hairstyle. Maybe for the gym, maybe for work when you're running out the house real quick, but that was not the hairstyle for. I'm pretty sure the dress code for Pop the Balloon is first date, like first impressions type of thing. And I'm 100% sure that is not the best she could have done for that scenario. As a 4C girl myself, I can tell when a 4C girl just did not want to deal with her hair that day, or she just didn't feel like doing her hair. And I feel like a lot of people forget there was another natural on the show. There was a lady with locks that was also on the episode, and when she walked out, she didn't get any pops. And I think she also got matched. But the only difference is she actually styled her hair. I
hope this young lady is ready, because those black women are about to come for her. They do not appreciate you speaking up like that. They ain't gonna like that at all. So just be prepared. But you are correct. It is about when and where she was wearing her hair like that. Going to the gym, work, the grocery store, or something like that, I wouldn't have had anything to say about it. I understand when you have natural hair, it is hard to maintain it every day. So most days you're just gonna keep it simple. I'm only speaking to the fact that she came on the Pop the Balloon show with her hair like that. To me, that's like a guy coming on a show and he has dreads, but it looks like they need to be done. Like it was time for him to get a retwist or whatever. And the girl say, I don't like his hair. That doesn't mean she doesn't like dreads. She doesn't like the fact that he didn't take time to get them cleaned up before he came on this dating show. Now, even with that being said, I know there are going to be some black women out there who are going to still believe black men don't like natural hair. And I know I won't be able to change their minds, but I do want to say this last thing. Let's say I was dating a woman and I told her I wanted her to come to this big business dinner with me. It was a big deal for me, and all these clients were going to be there. And this was the first time a lot of my friends and business associates were going to meet my woman. And she showed up to the event with a nice dress on, nice shoes, all the other stuff, and her hairstyle was like that, I would have a problem with it. I would want her to do more than just brush it and put it in the bun. Am I gonna dump her for that? No, but I would absolutely have a talk with her. And let me flip this around for the women. Same scenario. You're dating this guy, you tell him the same thing. You got this important thing, all of your friends are gonna be there, business associates. He shows up with a nice suit, nice shoes, but he's scruffy, looks like he ain't had a haircut in a month. A lot of you women will feel the exact same way. You would just want him to put a little more effort in his appearance. And to me, for a first impression, it looks like she didn't didn't put effort in her hair. Maybe in her head she did put effort in it, but they don't believe she did. And me looking at her hair, I don't either. And the crazy part is women say stuff like that to men all the time. I just don't think it sounds good when it's coming back to y'all. But let's be clear, this wasn't about natural hair. This was about the way she wore her hair. And those men have the right to have a standard for the type of women they choose to be with. I know you women don't believe we're supposed to have them, but we do. Just like this lady had a standard.
All right, now is he someone that's your type?
Oh, I would say no.
Okay, and why not?
He's also on the shorter side.
So he didn't like your hair, you didn't like his height. I call it even. But let's see how many of these women make a video about her calling him short. I'm pretty sure you won't see many of those. But those are just my thoughts on the video. Leave your thoughts on it. Appreciate you watching. See you next time. Please like the video and leave a comment. I love listening to what you guys have to say. And don't forget to hit that hype button because it really helps me out with the algorithm and I really do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.